All right, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. It's an exciting day for the town of Yorktown. I just want to introduce some of our dignitaries. We've got John Rabbits, Executive Director of the Business Council of Westchester, with us today. We've got Nancy Stingle, Executive Director of the Yorktown Chamber of Commerce, Cheryl Sanchez, Executive Director of the Yorktown Small Business Association. We have Aaron Bach. Where's Aaron? There he is, Chairman of the Board of the Chamber of Commerce. We have George Souls, Chairman of the ERBC for Yorktown. Here we have Councilman Ed Lachterman, as well as Councilman Vishnu Patel.
You're social distant here, right?
So we're doing our best. We're doing our best. That's why you got a mask on. We also have with us our town clerk, Diana Kloss. And we have members of the Reboot Yorktown Task Force. We also have with us members of our planning department. We have John Tegler and Robin Steinberg, who've been integral in this process. My name is Matt Slater, and I'm proud to say that I am the supervisor for the town of Yorktown. I'm so proud because over the past few months, we've overcome adversity on a weekly, more like a daily basis. But like the great Vince Lombardi said, it's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up. The COVID-19 pandemic put our community, like so many others, on its back. This is Yorktown. We don't back down from a fight, and we lead from the front. Today is more proof of just that. We're here joined by regional and local business leaders to launch Destination Y. You want to unroll these? Want to unroll Destination Y?
Right now?
There you go. Destination Y. Destination Y. This will be the Yorktown's first ever marketing campaign focused on promoting investment and relocation to Yorktown. With the guidance and expertise of Constant Vendor, we believe now is the time to capitalize on the documented exodus of businesses in urban settings and welcome them right here in Yorktown. So far this year, Yorktown has welcomed national name brands such as Nestle Waters, which has opened its new home in the Crampon Business Hamlet just a few weeks ago. The national retailer Tractor Supply Company came before the town board about a new location in Jefferson Valley just a few weeks as well. Yorktown has so much potential. And through the Destination Y campaign, we will show off the best of our community with the goal of generating good paying jobs and expanding our local tax base during a time when predicting municipal budgets is much like catching smoke. But we're not just going to say we're open for business, we're going to prove it through the introduction of Plan Design District Overlay Zones. And again, I want to thank our planning team for running point on this. They've done just a phenomenal job. And I also want to thank the Business Council of Westchester, because when we met with the Business Council of Westchester in the winter, this is one of the tools that they highly recommended. It's no secret our business hamlets are outdated and struggling. In fact, the Journal News article last year described Yorktown as a community in search of ideas on how to modernize these areas. We believe the overlay zones are the answer. They will focus on live, work, retail, residential spaces, and encourage the construction of diversified housing options and new economic development opportunities within our business hamlets. There will be a focus on complete streets concepts, meaning pedestrian and bike-friendly streets that foster a downtown walkability. Mark Twain said it best: the secret to getting ahead is to get started. So let's roll up our sleeves and get to work right here in Yorktown, because it's up where you belong. And I want to thank everyone again for coming. I want to invite John Rabbits, Executive Director of the Business Council of Westchester, to come say a few words. John?
Thank you, Supervisor Slater. Look, Business Council of Westchester, we are the county's largest business membership organization focusing on economic development and advocacy. And both those issues are happening right now here under the leadership of Supervisor Slater. We are in such uncharted waters. We are dealing with things that probably none of us thought we would have to deal with. And now more than ever, we need government and business to talk to each other, to come together, to come up with ideas outside of the box ideas, strategies that maybe 3 or 4 years ago we never thought we would even discuss. But again, what Supervisor Slater is doing, which his council members are doing, which the business leaders in this community are doing. They're putting together a playbook that I believe will be emulated around not only New York State, but around the country. Because how can you not begin to think about ways to change zoning laws to make it easier for businesses to survive? How important is it going to be now to show and promote a community that wants to bring businesses from all over the country here? And that's what they're doing today. So again, Supervisor Slater, congratulations. This, I think a few months ago, when the pandemic started, I said this is baptism by fire for you, but you have done one heck of a job. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I want to bring up Nancy Stengone, Executive Director of the Yorktown Chamber of Commerce. Nancy.
Good morning, everyone. Nancy Stengone, Executive Director of the Yorktown Chamber of Commerce. On behalf of our president, Sergio Esposito, who is sending his apologies, unable to attend this momentous day, Destination Y is perhaps the biggest initiative ever taken to promote the town of Yorktown. And the Yorktown Chamber of Commerce is proud to be at the forefront with our Supervisor Slater leading the charge. This initiative will assuredly pay for itself. As for the overlay zones, once again, this is one of the single most important pieces of legislation positively affecting our business community. These two initiatives will significantly bolster the persona that Yorktown is ready to do business, and the Yorktown Chamber of Commerce is excited to be involved in this process. So go Yorktown.
We have to we're also joined by John Iorio, who is the new president of the Midtown Chamber of Commerce. John, thanks so much for being here, our neighbors to the north. I want to invite, where's Cheryl? Cheryl Sanchez, who's the executive director of the Yorktown Small Business Association. Cheryl.
Thank you, Matt. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us here today in this piece here in Yorktown. We appreciate it. On behalf of the Yorktown Small Business Association, we're very happy to be a part of the Reboot Yorktown Task Force and this major announcement today that is one result of this task force. We are excited about the potential Destination Y brings to our town, both for the small businesses here and our community. And we look forward to working together for the benefit of all of Yorktown. Thank you.
Aaron, did you want to say a few words? You're good?
Already
Okay.
said, thank you.
No problem. I want to invite my good friend, Councilman Patel, to the podium. Councilman, Nancy will take that from you.
Well, everybody talks about the small, but for me, small and big, we all together can succeed. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Patel. And my friend, Councilman Ed Lackerman, a fellow small, oh, not a fellow, but a small business owner yourself, right? Why don't you come up and say a few words? I'll take that from you.
Thank you, sir. You know, it's great that we are, as a town, taking the initiative to move things forward. There's one saying that always stuck with me through my career, and it goes back to Diamond Jim Brady. You can have the best product in the world, but if you can't sell it, you still got it. So, you know, this will help us sell the product of Yorktown. It's a very, very exciting time. I don't think a lot of municipalities understand the relationship that they need to have with businesses as well as their citizens. Their corporate citizens are equally as important, and we rely on them. So thank you for getting behind this, and we look forward to the Yorktown Forward.
With that, I know it's hot, so we'll take some questions. Otherwise, we can do one-on-one, whatever you prefer.
How exactly are the new zones going to work? And are there certain areas of town that the board has in mind that would like to, that the board, are there certain areas of town or parcels even that the board is eyeing as potential areas to rezone?
So we're taking it in a few steps. First off, the comprehensive plan had identified 3 specific areas for these zones originally. They just were never implemented. So I think that's the basis of our foundation. The legislation that's going to be formally introduced at tonight's town board meeting is really the structural foundation of overlay zones, and then the board can go through identifying because each of our business hamlets is so unique, and so it can't be a one-size-fits-all approach, and so we have to take a look at each business hamlet individually to see what the future holds for each of those hamlets, and that's the approach we're going to take.
And then at some point, these areas, whatever areas are decided upon, they would need to be rezoned, right?
They're not rezoned, it's an overlay. So
Okay.
they keep the current zoning in those business hamlets, and this provides additional flexibility in a number of ways, both for potential economic development and existing businesses.
And are there any special impediments that, Yorktown doesn't have like a train station? Like
Yeah.
a lot of the other municipalities throughout the county, throughout the region that have tried something maybe similar have focused around their
Yeah,
downtown.
while you're right, Morgan, while we don't have mass transit train station, we do have the Beeline bus service that comes through Yorktown. But I'd also point out that I believe we're the only northern Westchester community that's got a north-south, east-west corridor through the Taconic, 202, and Route 6. And so I think that's a big selling point. We saw it with Nestle. That was a big selling point for Nestle. And so we're absolutely gonna be highlighting those attributes for our community and how it's gonna help businesses come to Yorktown and succeed.
So the campaign is going to start from August through November? When
Correct.
is it?
Yeah, it's August through November.
It's effective now.
It's already up and running.
Go to the website.
Yep, you can go to destinationwide.org. It's already up and running, and we've got digital ads that are being already run.
Yep, we're going to start next week.
Great, and we've got, as you can see, I don't know where those flags went, but we've
We're
got
putting them up now.
flags being put up as we speak across town, and then we also have these excellent decals, which are hard to see, but there you go. That we're going to be asking our small business community to help promote by putting in their windows.
Does anybody have that up already?
Nope,
Sending them out today.
hot off the press. Hot off the press. I'm sure some of our small businesses here will take them on their way out.
Can I ask you a question? Maybe everybody don't know here or all over the town, what is that, what is the boundary of the overlay, and, what do you really want to accomplish by changing from one to the other?
Well, again, it's not changing. You're just
Well,
providing.
okay, we allow them to do it.
Right.
But other
That's something
people-
the town
other
board's
people-
going to discuss for our
Other
business.
people don't know right now what this conference is all about. So just a simple.
Tonight.
And then tonight when we introduce legislation.
It'll boost our ratings.
Right. So our town board meeting will be tonight. We'll be introducing legislation with the help of our town planner, John Taylor, and our planning department. Any other questions? Otherwise, we can do one-on-ones. It's fine. All right. Everyone, thank you so much for coming. And if I can, if you haven't signed our boards for our first responders and our hospital workers and our doctors and nurses, and our public service workers and everyone who stepped up during COVID-19. Before you leave, please grab a marker and just leave a quick note. It's going to be donated to the Hudson Valley Hospital, New York Presbyterian Hudson Valley Hospital. We have Ellen Bloom from the hospital who's here today as well. Thank you.
How are you?
Take a couple.
Mostly I'm home.
Yeah, I just this mask doesn't help.
This is the home board, everything. Okay,
around Mark Aspen's facilities study 28 years or 25 years ago. And I've got to get it back. Facility study.
It's in my desk. I have it.
Can it come up? Yes.
Um,
How would that work?
Well, technically, no.
Aaron commissioned that study.
I love this study
Yeah.
because I can just put 2020 on it, and it's exactly the same.
Do you believe it?
It's don't get me started. And then I had all intentions of tackling it, and then the world
And then the
decided.
management study also. Very similar.
Very similar. All things we're trying to address. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll watch the study.
Yeah.